This is from Randy. He writes, "Hi, Mike. I just wanted to say that I don't hate you or won't end my subscription to your podcast. For the past year, ever since I first started listening to you, it has been a refreshing thing to hear your critique of our current economic and political system. You have regularly spoken about many of the issues that I care deeply about, which include economic injustice, neoliberalism, and the American empire. In the recent weeks, you've come to the conclusion that at any cost we must rather vote against Trump and the rise of fascism than for a Clinton presidency. During one of the recent podcasts, you spent the majority of your time defending yours and Kathy's decision to vote against Trump, again, not outwardly supporting Clinton. I'm sure you've received a hailstorm of hateful emails from disgusted listeners, so I'll just have you know I'm understanding of your perspective to a point. You state that a Trump presidency will bring about a fascistic terror that this country has never seen. You're wrong. We're knee-deep in fascism today, and we now live excuse me, in a modern-day Roman Empire. America is the new Rome. When I hear Clinton and Obama speak of how the American spirit is the great guiding light of the world, I'm reminded of a trip I took to D.C. where I was amazed that just blocks from the White House, African Americans live in poverty, crime, and little to no opportunities for a sound education. I'm afraid that you, like most in the media, take the stance that because Trump is so horrible, we can only be saved by a less horrible candidate. Your defeatist attitude works only to a point. Both parties are the same, as you've said yourself. And as long as we take that as conventional wisdom, we'll never break down this empire we've allowed our rulers to build up for us until it's broken down, not by choice, but by a country and society that became too fat, dumb, and happy." That's from Randy. Randy says, "You state that a Trump presidency will bring about a fascistic terror that this country has never seen." And then he says, "You're wrong." I beg to differ with you, Randy. You don't know fascism, my friend. You know the perversion of the democratic system that we're experiencing right now, but you don't know fascism. No, you really don't. You have no idea what Hitlerism or Mussolini or Franco or any of the fascist leaders, how they ran their country and how they ran their people. So ease up on the claim that I'm wrong, that the Trump presidency will bring about a fascistic terror that this country has never seen because we're knee-deep in fascism today. No, we're not. We may be ankle-deep. But allowing Donald Trump to become president of the United States will show you, Randy, and the rest of us, what real fascism is like. And trust me, I mean this with all due respect, Randy, but you don't understand what fascism is. You're pissed off like I am. You're pissed off that some of the things that we've done in this country, or the leaders of our country have done, have been violent and ugly and nasty. And they may border. Well, no, they don't even border on fascism. You have to understand something. I'm not trying to be condescending or patronizing to you. You sound like a very intelligent person. But when Hitler decided to invade Poland, he didn't ask the German parliament to give him permission. When Cheney and Bush decided to invade Iraq, they asked the government, the representatives of the people, to give them permission, the House and the Senate, which they did. Without an authorization to use force in Iraq that was handed to Bush by the legislative branch of government back in 2003, we would not have gone there. There's one difference between real fascism and the kind of horse shit that we have in this country. You also said America's the new Rome. No, we are not the new Rome. The Roman Empire was all about conquest and holding conquest and bringing slaves back to Rome to work for the upper classes and to allow the countries that Rome conquered a modicum of self-government. But if there was any sort of an uprising against the Roman rule, the legions would descend and people would be butchered. Now, the American empire is an empire of capitalism. It's an economic empire. It is not an empire held together by the military, even though we have military garrisons in so many countries. But those military garrisons there are there, you'll excuse me, by an agreement between that country and the United States. We have been thrown out of countries before our military, i.e. the Philippines, for a quick example. And then we were invited back in, of course. So no, we are not the new Roman Empire. Not even close. What else? You say you were amazed that just blocks from the White House, African Americans live in poverty, crime, and little or no opportunity for a sound education. Maybe that's because Washington, D.C. has no authority over how it raises money. That's up to a Republican-dominated U.S. House of Representatives. Plus, it gives a clear example, Randy, of taxation without representation. The people of D.C. cannot send an elected representative to the House or the Senate to vote. They are not part of Maryland. It's almost like a Bantustan. So no, I have no argument with you that there is black and white poverty a stone's throw from the White House. But for Christ's sake, at least understand why that's there. Do you suppose that it might be lessened a bit if the people of D.C. were able to self-govern? You think? What else? You say your defeatist attitude works only to a point. Are you fucking kidding me? A defeatist attitude? Now that really pisses me off. If there's anybody that has a not defeatist attitude, it's me. But I will guarantee you that a defeatist attitude is an attitude that says, fuck it, I'm going to vote for the Greens. I don't care. I'm going to vote for the Libertarians. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of the right, of the Republicans and the Democrats. I'll opening the door wide to allow the fascists to come in. The real fascists, my friend. So, no, I don't have a defeatist attitude. The people who are going to vote third party might have that because they're unwilling to stand and fight by putting somebody like Hillary Clinton in office and then building a power base to get her the fuck out and put in a real progressive. But you don't understand that, Randy. You'd rather say your defeatist attitude works only to a point. I don't know who in the hell you've been listening to, pal, or what kind of cotton you have in your ears, but you haven't been listening to me. And if you have been listening to me, you have totally misunderstood what I've been trying to say, which is no surprise to me. I've gone through this 8, 9, 10 times in the 32 years I've been in radio, so it's no surprise. But it still freaks me out when I can sit here night after fucking night and carefully lay out the way I see the political system. And if you don't agree with it, fuck me, leave. But don't call me someone that has a defeatist attitude. And don't ever assume I don't know what I'm talking about.